You have to unmute yourself, Dax.
I know, but I don't know what just happened. Something happened with the music where it started playing again.
Oh,
But, that's par for the course because there's five energy today. The entire date, February 13th, 2024, reduces to a five. And I got the Hermit card five. Yay. Oh my God. So it's already starting, the chaos and so forth. It's like Mercury retrograde with that five energy there. Anyway, welcome everybody to the cafe. Grab your tea or coffee and join us in the cafe. We're going to do live chat here in the chat room on YouTube and take your calls and free readings and just hanging out, and maybe have questions about stuff, in addition to your personal questions, things going on in your life and everything. You might have questions about tarot or numerology or the Tarot Guild, being a professional reader, becoming a psychic advisor, getting certified. You might have questions about the new community website, Psychic Cafe. I'll put the URL up for that. And it is www.psychic.cafe. Yeah, there's no .com, .org, .net. Yep, it's .cafe, which is really cool. In fact, you don't even need the www. You just need, you open a new tab in your browser, you just type in psychic.cafe, enter, boom, takes you right to our website. You can sign up for free. Come join for free. I see Dan in the chat. Heidi's joined us again. Hi, Heidi.
right, Heidi.
What is going on this Tuesday, February 13th? Well, I already said the entire date reached five, but the day is the 13th, so that's four. So it's structure. Oh God, people are sending me messages. Don't they know I'm on air? Wow. So I'm really lucky today. I got Michelle with me. It's well,
Hi,
she's
everybody.
she's up here, but like on the live, you'll be over here, or maybe you're over there. I don't know. I think you're over there actually, from what I'm seeing on
One way or the other.
the thing here. Yeah. Anyway, so it's always fun when Michelle's here. Now, Pamela was my guest co-host on Sunday. Boy, did we have a great time. So Pamela is the creator of the Steel Wizard Tarot.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And so I actually pulled my cards of the day from that. And oh
Oh.
yeah, yesterday. I mean, sorry, on Sunday, not today. On Sunday, I did that. We had because you just got it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, you need to do a walkthrough and a review video and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I need to do one too. But you know what? Uh, not this show, but like one of the shows coming up, we'll do a Steel Wizard show where like we'll both use that deck for the
Yeah.
show. I'm
Yeah.
not ready yet because uh, there's other cards in that deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's 80
10
some
new
cards,
cards.
which is cool. I mean, I'm kind of a strict traditionalist with tarot. If it doesn't have 78 cards, it's not a tarot deck.
Right.
And I used to say that about if it has more than 78 cards, it's not a tarot deck. But nowadays, things have changed and I've kind of softened on that. It's like, okay, if it's got additional, as long as it's got 78, but if it has additional cards, that can be cool too. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
Bernadette King's the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck,
Ooh.
it actually
Mm-hmm.
has there's actually two whole, and it's kind of similar to Pamela's, where it's got this big box, and I mean, look at that book. Oh my, and it's got
Beautiful.
it's got two decks. It's got a tarot deck and an oracle deck, and you can mix them together or use them separately, or however you want to do it. You can do it.
Right.
It's just really really cool. Anyway, so we're gonna have to do that on one of these shows. The interesting thing is, I mentioned earlier that I got the Hierophant. The Hierophant card actually is about seeking foundation and structure, which is the 4 energy, as well
Mm-hmm.
as it's a 5 card, which fits the 5 energy. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, all last month, I didn't talk about the date energy because the date and the day was the exact same thing. If it was a 4-day, it was 4 energy in the date. This month it's changed, and a little easy way to do it, and numerology is like this. You know this because you do numerology, and it's like the more you can break things down into their single digit energy and then work with that, the easier the calculations are. I mean, it's all easy because it's simple math. So if you've ever thought, I
Mm-hmm.
can't be a numerologist, I failed math in school, I hate math, I hate, the quadratic formula, and don't worry, there is none of that. No algebra, no, no fractions, none
No,
of,
nothing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No fake numbers and negative numbers and all the different numbers. And, it's just simple addition, subtraction, things like that. So one thing to start off with is the world year number. So 2024 is the year. You add 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8. And
Yep.
hey, we're talking about 4 in structure today. 8 is actually double structure. That's why it's the abundance number and prosperity number in numerology. And we're in a world year of 8, prosperity and abundance. But now that you've reduced that to 8, now in all your calculations this year, uh, at least dealing with dates, you don't have to do the math anymore. You don't have to add February to the 13 to the 2024. You don't have to do that. You have 8. You just add 8. And to make it even simpler, whatever month you're in the beginning of the month. So today is, this month is February. So that's 2. Well, we already know the world year number, or sometimes they call it the universal year number. We know that's 8. So add the 8 to the 2, that's 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So the month and the year is 1. So now, whatever the day is, simply add 1 to it to get the energy of the date. Now, some numerologists, they don't do that. They just deal with the day energy. It's the 5th of the month, that's 5. It's the 20th of the month, that's 2. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I do both. I do, but in fact, the date energy, the full date, that day will never ever come again, if you use that full energy. And so I feel that's a little more powerful than the daily energy, which is, you know changes every 9 days. It just goes through the 9-day cycle. you know so if you just take 1, and today's the 13th, 1 plus 3 is 4, add 1, you get 5. So that's where that 5 comes from. Oh my god, we've got the kitty coming in and hanging out with us. Wow. I also got, before I got the Hierophant card, when I was cutting my deck here, I got the Queen of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
That's that, nice independent energy, following your passions, all that kind of thing. One cool thing about the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant is they both sometimes mean, not just following your own passions, but nurturing other people's passions. So they could symbolize a teacher, a mentor. And because we got both of them today, I think that's kind of the message today. So who can you help by mentoring or teaching them something? What product could you put out, or service that is teaching? So teaching is not just in front of a class teaching, or
Right.
even online teaching, right, Michelle? It's
That's true.
what we're doing is teaching. uh
Mm-hmm.
Doing podcasts, putting short videos up on YouTube teaching something. Writing a book is teaching. There's a lot. There
So
is.
many different ways.
Yes. So think on that today, and especially in along with the day energy, the 4 structure, and then the 5 is change. Okay. So change, it's also high energy. It's also known as the chaos number in numerology because things can spiral down into chaos on a 5-day really quickly. But instead, harness the 5 energy and the structure of 4. And what structure or foundation can you create where you're going to either mentor people and or teach people today? What about you, Michelle? Did you pull cards of the day?
Well, I did. And it is just so interesting because the first card I got was the King of Wands, which goes along with your queen.
It's perfect. Yeah.
And there is that take action, whether it is for yourself or someone else. And so he's in charge of more than just himself and more than just people he knows. And
Mhm.
then the next card I got is the Six of Pentacles.
Oh,
And
cool.
where in your day can you be generous?
Mm-hmm.
And not just with finances, but with your words, with your actions,
Yep.
with teachable moments. You know, if you say something to somebody, you might be teaching them something that they're not going to learn somewhere else.
Exactly.
So use your generosity today because that's what a king would do.
We often assume that everybody else knows everything we know, but they don't,
They
and
really don't.
the other thing is the imposter syndrome. So what we think is, well, I don't know everything there is to know about that, so I can't share or teach somebody else. But all you have to be is 1 or 2 or 3 steps ahead of somebody else, and voila, you can mentor and
Mm,
teach them. You don't have to know everything there is to know. Like if you're teaching them tarot or numerology or so forth, you don't have to know everything. You just have to know a little bit more than the next person. And there's always,
exactly.
yeah, there's all. Oh, by the way, what you were saying earlier, just a few seconds ago. Um, how was I going to put that? I was going to say, okay, so like all of life leads back to Bambi, because if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
The wisest advice ever,
Yes,
ever.
yes.
And of course, everything I learned about life, I learned from Star Wars throughout my life. Yeah, So
Yep.
like so like Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. That's probably my favorite saying.
Yes, I like that one.
Yes, yes.
I love Yoda.
So we're gonna take questions in the chat. All you gotta do is type them in there. Okay, I get tired of repeating this over and over again, but we have new people coming in all the time, so we have to constantly repeat that you don't
Sure.
spam the chat. You put it in once. You don't
Yep.
have to. You don't have to ask to be on the list. There's no list. There's no list, but it's like if you want us to pull a card for you, say so. Please pull a card for me. That's for like something general, like you want a general message from the universe. If you have a specific question, type it in very specific and do only like 1 or 2 lines. Try to keep it really concise. Ask a very, very specific question. Michelle's, by the way, following the chat on her phone there, which is really cool. New Ben Graham is in there. Heidi's in there. So if there's anybody else watching us on YouTube, pop in the chat there. And you know, let us know what your questions are. You can also call into the show 714-816-4628. Oh, Heidi said, I love your new space, Michelle. By the way, Heidi, I don't know how I know you've been here before. I don't know how often, but this is her 5th, maybe 6th new space. My favorite was actually when you were in the barn, you know, and it looked like you were in the barn, you know, and you had the wood and you had the half done drawings and things.
Yes, yes, the
The
little
teen
hobbit hole.
the teens room, the hobbit hole. Mm.
Yes.
It even has
Well,
has an actual hobbit door on it. It's like perfect thing to do readings in. You know, it's like you got to steal that from the kids. I mean, it's like who has a hobbit door? You know, it's like no one ever gave me a hobbit door. I want a hobbit door.
right,
You know,
right.
first time, first name, last name. I mean, is in there,
Oh, hi,
and
first name, last name.
yeah, and they got a reading for us already. Let's pop over to the phone lines. Okay, we got some callers coming in here. Hey, before we go to calls and go to the chat and everything, Michelle, you know, first of all, let's let everybody know what Michelle, tell us what is the secret way that they get to jump to the top of the list?
Ooh, the secret way is by buying us a cup of coffee. And they can do that by going to psychic.cafe/coffee, cup of coffee.
I know it's so hard. That is so difficult, that URL.
It is. Who would have ever have thought?
Yeah, just open a new tab, psychic.cafe/coffee. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. And I actually have that on here. There it is. Psychic.cafe/coffee. Yeah. And when you buy us a cup of coffee, let us know. You know, you can send us a message on Facebook, on the Psychic Cafe website. You know, you go there, you sign up for free, and then just go over to, you know, as a matter of fact, I've got that all set up too, don't I? I've got the host pages right here. So you go to psychic.cafe/Michelle, psychiccafe./Dax. So with this new community website that we built, my deal is, first of all, I wanted the shortest URL I could possibly get. So we got the psychic.cafe, which I tried to get years ago, but wasn't available. Miraculously, it was available. So that's like the universe going, hey, you know, it's the cosmic wake up call. It's, you know, oh, my mind just blanked. The judgment card in tarot is, I call it the cosmic wake up call. It's like the universe reaches out with a wet mackerel and slaps you in the face, you know, wake up, you know. So I grabbed that, and all the URLs are like super easy, you know, for all of our hosts, it's just our first name. And once you're signed in on the website, you'll see a little tiny like button you can put. Well, actually, on a phone, it's weird. It makes it bigger, the message button, but on the computer, it's got this. It's in the like lower right of the profile, and there's like a little envelope icon. So click that. Send us a message. You know, it's like, hey, this is Jim, area code 619, and I just sent you a cup of coffee. That way, we take your call first. We stop whatever we're doing. And same thing for in chat. Like you can tell us, you know, that you bought us a cup of coffee, and we'll take your question in chat right away. In fact, that happened yesterday, I think, with Jay Francis. I think it was Jay Francis in there. Yeah. So, you know, that was really cool. Actually, we got 2 cups of coffee yesterday. It was a record. And I keep saying yesterday, but I meant Sunday with Pamela.
Yeah.
There wasn't a show yesterday because, and if you were wondering about that, if you stopped by the cafe, no one was here. Well, you know, we're always here at the cafe. You can go to cafe, psychic.cafe, and, you know, I'm almost always on there. You can message me. And, you know, if I don't have it like right up right then, if you send a message to me, I get it right away and I'll pop in and chat with you for sure. But, there was so much to get done, and it was a Monday. And I knew I have my meeting this afternoon, and I'm like, oh God, you know, I got to get all this stuff done. It's like, okay. Plus, I got going late, and I only had like 20 minutes before the show was going to start. You know, like I had been doing stuff because it was so much to get set up for this week. Like all 7 shows had to be set up. They weren't ready yet, Blog Talk as well as YouTube, the banners and everything. And then the next thing I know, it's like 20 minutes before the show, Michelle. And I was like, okay, this ain't happening. I'm sorry.
Right.
So even though, we're here 7 days a week, there's going to be a day here and there where like, I'm going to have to take it off for something, or going to have to, like one time I had to go get an MRI, and another day there might be a meeting or something that I had to get done that I could only schedule around noon, so I couldn't do the show. So just warning you guys about that. But yeah, you can pop over here, and you can also book private sessions with us as well. Yeah, so that's the super secret way.
And just think, Dax, eventually we'll get bigger and we'll have someone else to help run the back end. When you are unable, someone else will be able to.
That's right. I mean, some of these YouTube shows have like thousands of people in the chat, and you have the one or two hosts on, and but they've got like multiple moderators and people helping out, and keeping track of the questions and stuff. Eventually we'll be able to do super chats, so like all the questions will be a click and do a super chat and put the question in, and those are the ones we're going to answer because we won't have time for anything else.
Right.
But you can tell in the chat by the blue highlighted folks with the wrench, like Michelle Metheny has the wrench there and it's blue. Those are the moderators. We have Charlotte and Ellie and mostly our hosts. Okay. So, I was thinking, what's going on? Because we used to do this thing called Psychic Spin. That's what this is right here, our Psychic Spin banner. And we used to do it on the Tarot Today show, me and Mary, on Saturdays. But we kind of, when Mary left the network, we kind of put that away. But I love the Psychic Spin. So for those that don't know what that is, it's like, okay, so whatever's going on in the news, whatever is on everybody's mind, current events, things like that. You got the talking heads on, the news programs and cable programs, and everybody has to put their 2 cents in, right? Even on, you got zillions of shows on YouTube and so forth like that. Well, the difference with us is that we can put a psychic spin on the spin, and that's where we got Psychic Spin from, was the talking heads put their spin on it. But we've got Psychic Spin because we can draw cards. In some circumstances, we can do the numerology, right? So I was trying to think, Michelle, what's going on today? And I remember, this is actually going back a week or two, though. I remember that, Prime Video started doing ads on their video. And that ticked off a lot of people, including myself. It's like I've been paying the Prime subscription almost since it started. I love getting my 2-day, sometimes 1 day, sometimes the same day, because like the Amazon delivery center, the whole thing where everything's shipped in and then sent out here in my area in Tucson is literally 2 miles up the road. So I get stuff same day all the time, or next day. It's not even 2 days. But I also take advantage of Prime Video, and you're paying for a streaming service. You're paying a fee every month or annually, and the whole idea is that so you can enjoy streaming stuff without ads. You don't want commercial television with ads and stuff like that. Well, now they decided to start doing ads on Prime. And that makes no sense, But on top of that, so you're paying the fee already, which is going up. And then on top of that, they said, oh, well, you can still get it without ads, but you have to pay an additional $2.99, an additional $3 a month on top of what you're already paying.
Yes, if you don't want to watch the ads.
Right. And there's only like in some of the ones that I've seen with ads, there's only been like a couple of ads. It's not like it is on commercial television where there's 15 ads. It's not even like Netflix and some of the other ones that have added ads, and there's like, say, 6, 7, 8, 9 ads. There's only two
Mhm.
or three, but
Yeah,
still,
there's
it's ridiculous. So I thought for the psychic spin, we could pull some cards and see what comes up.
all right.
And this is the first time Michelle doing psychic spin. So basically, you can ask whatever questions you want to ask the universe. And by the way, if you guys have something in the news or something that you think is on everybody's mind that's bothering you, and you want us to do a psychic spin on it, now that we have shows, every day of the week, we can do a psychic spin all the time on all the current events going on.
Mm-hmm.
Cool stuff, cool stuff. So, I was thinking, like what's going on with this? Because it's like it's not like Amazon needs the money, right?
No.
I mean that's not even their model anyway. So, as we look at this, okay, so I got the justice card coming up. you know, I I think there's going
Hmm.
I think there's going to be justice here, all right? However, I got the 6 of wands too. Success. So, I still feel like they're going to be successful with this because we're not we as consumers of Prime and Prime Video, we're not going to vote with our feet and leave
Mm-hmm.
because we are so sucked into it now, especially the whole Prime days and the Prime delivery and all that kind of stuff, and the special pricing and the return policies, and everything is much better with Prime.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
So they're going to get away with this, is what I'm seeing. Okay, let's see, what else can we ask? What are you asking?
Well, what I saw just going off of this whole adding to, I got the Five of Wands. And with this one, I'm really seeing competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like maybe they didn't really want to necessarily, but there's competition out there. And so they're raising their prices. And
Mm-hmm.
then I got the shadow side, or also known as the devil, death,
Mm.
15. I just went completely blank. The devil. Um, and
That makes a lot of sense. It goes along with what I just said. I mean, the devil card is what you're chained to, and
mm-hmm,
literally we're chained to this. Yes,
we're,
some people, of course, will stop their Prime, but it'll be so insignificant. But I want to look at other
mm-hmm,
streaming in general, or uh, subscriptions in general. It used to be that we would buy a product and we own the product.
mm-hmm.
Now it's we buy the product, and if we stop paying, they take the product away. So it's like Microsoft, you would, every time they would come out with a new Word or a new Office suite, 10.0 or whatever, we'd go out and buy it in the box at Best Buy and take it home and install it on our computer, and we owned it.
Yeah.
But not anymore. Now it's like you pay whatever it is you pay. I know I pay like $6.99 a month, and yeah, I get cloud services through Microsoft 365, but uh, I mainly use it for Word and a few other things in the suite. Um, and I don't even really need it because my Mac comes with it free. Pages is free. It's already installed. It's built in. Also, for many years, I got tired of buying the box, especially with the price going up, and it's freaking
Mm-hmm.
software, it's like it's not even a physical product. So I started using the free versions of Word. There's a couple of different um, ones out there, and it's been so long I can't even remember the names of them, but it's like was almost identical to the Word suite, only it was free, open,
Hmm.
open source, you know. But when I pull cards on this and on subscriptions, I got the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords.
Mm.
They are trying to sneak away with the money, and
Mm.
I feel like it's just going to happen more and more. They're going to try to find ways to sneak in, little charges and things like that. Who was it did it first? I think it was Netflix, where they came out with the different levels. It's like, okay, here's first it was free, and then there was a free level and a paid level. Then there was a paid level and a higher paid level where they took the ads off. But the thing is, and I don't even know what they do nowadays because I got rid of Netflix eons ago. I use other streaming, or I just find it out there on the web because everything's out there. But
Mm-hmm.
not that I would suggest anybody doing anything illegal, but it's insane. It's insane. And you see, when the streaming services started, I said, okay, this is a subscription I would do because I'm paying to get rid of the ads. But if I can't get rid of the ads, then why am I paying for this? It doesn't really make sense to me. Um, and it was for convenience too. You're paying for convenience, you're paying for it to be like right there, and lots of entertainment. Um, but see, what was I gonna say about that? It's trying to think here. But it's just kind of sneaky how they're sneaking this stuff in. And the main thing I think is that um, originally, I think they were going to go with the idea, you know, um, they pay us and we stream it and there's no ads. But then they saw what some of the other ones were doing, and commercial television, of course, and even free channel. There's free channels out there where you don't have to subscribe. There's free. Actually, Amazon has one. I think it was called Freebie or something. Freebie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
freebie or yeah,
It was called something else though, I think originally. And then there's two.
Tubi,
And then no,
Tubi.
that's another one. That's another one.
Hmm.
Tubi. And they're all free, but they show ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Amazon saw what they were doing, and when some of the other paid streaming services started adding ads, they couldn't resist because it is so much money. It is phenomenal amounts of money, way more than they make for a subscription,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But okay, I'm getting the Eight of Cups. So,
Mm.
although with Prime, it looks like they're going to be successful with it. I got the success card. A few people might leave, but when this is for when I look at all subscriptions, streaming services and other subscriptions that we all pay. And I think a lot of people are going to start, you know, voting with their feet,
Yep.
and just, cutting, it used to be, um, you get rid of the TV, you get the cable. Now it's cut the cable. Now it's gonna go into subscriptions and streaming. Now it's gonna be cut the subscriptions, and that's what I think that's you know also contributing to the success of things like Mint, cellular and consumer cellular and so forth like that, because they're using the same equipment as the expensive high tier companies out there like Verizon, T-Mobile, and so forth. But it's so much cheaper, so much cheaper, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
Did,
is.
did you get anything else on this?
So I got the Emperor card,
Mm.
which tells me they've really thought about this and put some structure into this and some planning into this. Because
Ah.
the other card I got is the Magician. They used all of their tools and all of their tricks to make this money.
Mm.
And with the Death card to follow, most people are so blinded by the fact that they think this is just a gift because they can watch everything right on their phone no matter where they are, waiting in the doctor's office.
Hmm.
Really, it's just another addiction
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
all have, me
Well,
included.
and depending on how and when you grew up with this stuff, it's even worse for a lot of people, like, especially, you know there's always exceptions to the rule, but the younger and younger generations, it's well, I can't even imagine
Right.
nowadays, growing up nowadays. At least when I grew up, there was no internet.
Mm-hmm.
And when all these conveniences came in, yeah, sure, I adopted everything. And I've always been a huge fan of technology. I was like, obsessed with Star Wars and Star Trek and science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of it did predict the future too.
It did.
Yeah. Phones and pads and all that kind of stuff. There's the kitty. Hi, kitty.
No, Vincenzo.
Yeah. He's like, I want to be in the show. I want to be in the show. But this is the thing, Michelle. I still designate time and want to consume content on a big screen. And when I say
Mm-hmm.
big, it's actually not like I don't do what other people do with the whole wall as a television. Everything I do, watching television programs, movies, YouTube, everything is on my computer, and it's 16 inches. But when you're this close, it's huge. And then when you compare
Mm-hmm.
that to your phone screen, and the younger generations are, like you said, they're, you're sitting in the doctor's office, or you're waiting on, or you're on the bus going to school or whatever, you're watching television shows and full movies and
Mm-hmm.
playing video games and all this stuff on this tiny little screen, and music. It used to be that we would
Oh,
share music with each other, and
yes.
we'd all sit around and listen to music. That only happens like in karaoke now and concerts. The
Mm-hmm.
rest of the time, everybody's got their earbuds in. You have no clue what they're listening to. They're not sharing their music with you. You can't enjoy it together, you see. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so there you go, folks. That is what is our psychic spin. Prime Video ads. What do you think? Did you guys pull cards in the chat? So if anybody has any ideas, something they'd like us to look at in the psychic spin, it can be the big questions too, like how does tarot work? How does astrology and numerology work? Does it really
Yeah.
work? Is there the divine? How does the universe work? How does the law of attraction work? All these big topics. Why are we here? But also things going on in the news that we can do things differently, that we can do the psychic spin because we can pull cards on, like, presidential races and things getting voted on in the Congress and stuff like that. By the way, we pulled cards on the Super Bowl, and did you notice we predicted it right?
Oh, I was
Yeah,
just going to say, I
Kansas
did
City.
not see who won.
Kansas City, yeah, and it was a nail biter to the end there because, I mean, going into overtime, I think the 49ers were still ahead by, I can't remember how much, but really, I stopped watching it because I was like, oh God. So our prediction didn't come true, that we did with the tarot. But then I checked the score the next day and it was like, oh, we did correctly predict it.
Yes. I
Yay.
knew that the Niners had to kick butt to try, though. Nice.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Dan says, I remember rabbit ears for tuning television. Yeah, I knew Dan was
Oh my
ancient.
goodness. Yes,
Yeah.
I do too. Yeah, he is. He's
Oh,
ancient.
he's ancient.
Okay.
Let's see who's been waiting the longest. Looks like 352. Hello, area code 352. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Hi. Yes, this is Joanna.
Hi, Joanne.
Joanna.
Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Florida. Joanna from Florida. How is it down there in Florida land?
Oh, as always, the four seasons in one day. Always.
Wow. Yeah. It's kind of like that
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
even in our storm times of year and stuff like that. And then the winter, we have this storm time of year, July, August, called the monsoon season. And then we've got the winter, of course. Basically, though, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do you want to chat
Right.
about?
Actually, I would like to make a comment, and then if I could have a mini reading, please, because I'm going through
Yeah.
several things at once, so I'd be interested to see what comes up. But I do have a comment with Amazon. It was IMDb when I used to have it, and then they switched to Freebie. But there's also several lawsuits going on against Amazon for the ads. So people are already on top of it. They're already being sued,
Oh, that's
class action
cool.
lawsuits, everything. So, yeah. So they're already on top of it. Yeah.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because I did get the justice card, and
Yeah.
Did.
it didn't like click with me that there was going to be lawsuits, but now it makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so Michelle's already pulling cards. She's taking a look at things. Did you have a specific question, or you just want to see what comes up?
Well, honestly, I have two legal matters going on at the same time, and I don't know which way to go on either one of them. So that was, I don't know if that's going to come up, but that's the most stressful that I'm going through right now.
Well, let's do it this way. Michelle's already got her cards, but for me, why don't you don't have to tell me the two things, but we could do like legal thing one and legal thing two, or A and B, and then what do you want to know about A and what do you want to know about B? Like, what's the question? You said you don't know which way to go, but what's the question?
For A, if
Mhm.
I proceed, will it be in my favor? And
Okay.
then B, should I proceed at all? I don't even know if I should even continue with B.
Oh, interesting. So I can't really say how it's going to come out with A, because it still could be semi-favorable, but the right away when you ask that, I pulled cards for B and A here, and for A I got the Three of Swords. So it's like you're not going to be 100% happy with it at all, you know.
Yes.
Even if you were to like, even if it was like a case that you won, you know, but like the powers that be, because the Queen of Swords came up with that, and she's got her back to the Three of Swords, and she's making a judgment.
Wow.
You know, and it's like, the circumstances around it, even if you won, is you're not going to be fully happy. As far as going forward with B, I'm not entirely sure here. You know, I got the Queen of Wands, which came up as one of the cards of the day, right, Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's showing up already. I love it.
Yeah.
And the Queen of Wands talks about, you know, being independent, and it's wand, so it's fire energy, passion. Follow your passions on it and go for whatever that is. Okay. And so I don't know. So you have to decide for yourself what that means. Like, it would following your passion be going with for it, yes or no? And then after that, what I get is for B is I get the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a good sign, you know, that if you do go that direction, it might be worth it there. Yeah. But let's see what Michelle was getting, because I think, Michelle, you might have done more overview, or what'd you do?
So, bless you. I understood everything you said about both.
So I got the first two cards I drew was the Fool and the High Priestess. The High Priest. I'm so sorry. So I feel like you're going into this, but what you're lacking is some stability, some inner foresight of what you need to know. And that's why you're stuck, is because you have this choice before you. And in this card, this priest has two keys and they're crossed. So there is definitely a decision to be made. So that was the U card. And so when it comes to decision A, as I guess we are calling it, I got the Knight of Cups, which is showing me that you would like to go down this path because there is emotions involved. But I also got the Nine of Pentacles, which to me is saying this is going to be a financial burden on this end of the justice side. And so this side is going to cost you more financially. The justice side of B, I got the Death card. And I also got the Strength card. And so that tells me that it's not necessarily a good road, and it's going to take a lot of strength and a lot of compassion and a lot of energy to go down this path. And so I'm just saying,
you're spot on both.
Yeah.
Was that for B, for the second one, or?
Yes, for B.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
See, that makes sense, because I got that Queen of Wands, and so yeah, it may be difficult, but like you have to have enough fire,
right?
Enough passion to actually go for it, kind of thing. It's just harder. Oh, I hope that helped you out,
exactly.
Yay.
Oh, yes. Bless you
Now
both.
you gotta,
Yes, you both. Wonderful. Spot on.
yeah, now you gotta call in and let us know what happened later on. Yes, we're here 7 days a week, so give us a ring and remind us what it was about and let us know what happened with those couple of things, because we'd love to know. We love confirmation too, you know. Oh yeah. So first name, last name in chat was asking, please give me a reading related to my progress, related to getting corporate consulting contracts. I think first asked this before, Michelle.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, yeah. But first name says, been feeling a bit frustrated the last 2 days. So I guess it's new enough that we can pull cards on it again.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's other questions down in the chat, and we will get to your questions. Don't worry about it. A lot of people, or not a lot of people, I should say, but some folks I did notice was asking about that. So for everybody out there listening, we take the questions in the order they come in. We also have people on the phone lines, and we're going to take the phone line calls as well. Okay. So we go down the list as far as the chat questions, starting at the top of the chat, going down, and we take them in order. Now, it's in the order that it appears on the master board. In other words, the order that people's comments pop into the chat, especially if they're commenting close together at the same time, it may look different on your chat than on ours. So it's the order we see, not what you see. So we're not skipping you if we go to somebody else first. It's just that their question on our chat showed up first. Also, I think Zach had a question. He's asking about something, and he was like, are they going to get to the questions? Yes, we are in the process right now of doing the questions. We may not get to your question. I'm flat out telling you, we don't get to all the questions in chat. We don't get to all the phone calls. We are not here to answer every single question in every phone call, right, Michelle?
That's right.
Yeah.
We try.
We try, but this is a privilege. This is something that we are doing to give back to the community. We are professional readers. If you want to be sure to be able to ask a question and get a reading, go over to our pages, psychic.cafe/Michelle, psychic.cafe/Dax, book a reading with us. Okay. Also, if you want to, be sure that we get to your question on these shows, buy us a cup of coffee. Yeah. It's very, very simple. You go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and buy us a cup of coffee. Let us know if it's in between shows. Find us on Facebook. We have the Tarot Guild group. We have the Psychic Talk group on Facebook. We're on psychic.cafe. You can message us there. Let us know, and we will take your call first thing on the upcoming show. If we're during a show, you can pop it in there too and let us know that you bought us a cup of coffee, and we'll stop whatever we're doing. We'll skip everybody else. We'll go right to your call or question. But that's how you do it. Okay. Everybody else, you're taking a chance. We might get to you. We might not. So did you get cards on first names question, Michelle?
All right. So I got the 7 of Pentacles. Let's see if I can.
I got the 7 of Swords. You got the 7 of Pentacles. There's something with that 7 energy, I'm telling you.
Yes, there is. And I got the King of Pentacles. So the king is staring down at this one pentacle. And he is truly trying to keep his focus with this, while the gentleman over on the other side is not looking at any of his pentacles. So which one are you right now? Are you looking at the contracts? Are you not looking at the contracts? Let me double check your question here. Getting the corporate consulting contracts. So this card is definitely, the Seven of Pentacles is definitely showing your frustration. But what you need to do is really focus. This is what the king is showing you. You need to really focus and maybe take some more action. Have you contacted the corporation? Have you tried to call them, write them a letter, an email, and just say, hey, I'm wanting to know, how is this going? Do I have a position? Just start making inquiries. Is this the only contract job out there? Or are you so focused on this one that you're missing out on something else that could be out there for you? So that's what I'm seeing.
Okay. That looks really good. Hopefully that helps out. First name, last name. Oh, now it's the other cat. I think so. I got the heart of the matter card, the Hermit. So the overall arching card is the Hermit. And so twofold here, one, become the Hermit, take a step back, reevaluate your entire business and business process. Then on the other layer, and remember what was the cards of the day, and what did we say about the cards of the day and the numerology of the day? It's like, how can you mentor other people and teach other people? Well, also sometimes we have to seek out the mentoring. Okay, so who can help you out with this? And I don't exactly know what the frustration is. I don't know if it's just not getting the contracts or how much the contracts are now. Have things changed? What's different and what's frustrating, right? And then go to somebody that has, remember what we said, Michelle, they only have to have a little bit more knowledge than you, or you only have to have a little bit more knowledge to teach someone else. And like I said, I got the Seven of Swords like you. Seven is the seeker. Again, you got to figure this out. So instead of just, us pulling cards for you, first name, last name, and you, going along things the way you've always done it, which, by the way, is showing up as the Six of Cups, the nostalgia card. You have this nostalgia for the way things were. Everybody's business has changed since 2020, and maybe more recently things have happened with, this one company or multiple companies. I don't know how many companies you work with, maybe working with one company and this is what you are comfortable with the nostalgia card. You got to do something else, maybe multiple companies, check other companies. I don't know, because I don't know what business you're in. I don't know what the problem is with the contracts. Okay, but it's pretty obvious to me that you need to seek something else. I think another aspect of this Seven of Swords, look how he's carrying away all of those swords are thoughts and ideas. So already you're overthinking this, but look how he's looking back longingly at these Two of Swords as he's sneaking away. Like, oh damn, I couldn't get those last two swords. Is that part of what's going on with you? Also, another thing the Seven of Swords can be talking about is making an escape. Maybe you need to escape from either the company or the way you've always gotten these contracts, the companies you've always worked with. You're stuck with this nostalgia thing. And Is there somebody in the industry that's a wise person, been doing this for a long, 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 long time, or two or three or four of them that take them out to lunch and pick their brains, find out what's the best way to do things in your industry right now and all. And then I think you'll be I got the Page of Cups, and cups are thoughts and emotions. This is a message coming through. Something's going to come through, and I think it's going to be more emotionally fulfilling for you, is what I'm getting. So I hope that helped you out. We're going to go to phone lines in a minute, but I want to give time for some more people to call in. 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. I hope you all call in now. Don't wait till, a half hour from now, because we're going to try to end a little early today. We've been, just letting it ride and going. We're supposed to do hour shows, and we've been doing like 2-hour shows. And I don't mind going over a little bit, but it's been crazy the last couple of weeks. I think because, Michelle, we've started doing, a show every day of the week, 7 days a week. And we just been like, just going for it. But we got to rein things back in. And plus, like I said, I got that meeting this afternoon I got to get ready for.
Yeah.
So get in there now. We're taking area code 475 next. So if you're area code 475, you stick it out. We're going to be there in just a sec. Zach was asking about, something about, I searched for you guys for a very specific reason. Huh? I wonder how he searched for you guys. I don't get that. He's oh, by the way, before I forget, two things. Dan said, I think it's Pluto TV. No, Pluto is yet another one.
Yep.
Also, Dan had to get it in there that I built that doorway, right? That's the Hobbit door we were talking about earlier. So Zach said something about, okay, the reason for my quest is, or you mean question? Oh, whatever. If you can help, see, this is why I don't like text and why I like the phone calls, Michelle, because understanding what the heck they're talking about in a question in text is often very difficult.
Yes.
In fact, I like when they say, just pull a card for me, and we can just tell them what it means, and they can apply it to their question without us having to figure out what is it they're asking.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if you can help me figure out the meaning of these recurring number sequences, 1s and 4s, thank you, and God bless. To figure that out, first of all, I'd have to know, are you talking about, sometimes I'm seeing 1, sometimes I'm seeing 4, or I'm seeing sequences of 1 4 1 4, 1 1 4 4, 1 4 4 4. You got to be more specific, Zach, only because numerology is very specific. And 1 1 4 4 1 1 1 1 is different from, say, 1 4 1 4 1 4. That's a completely different thing. Basically, Michelle, if we go, real basic, 1 is obviously the beginning of a 9-number cycle. There's only 9 numbers in numerology. 1 is beginnings. Yep. It's also the number of leadership. So it can sometimes show up when the universe is saying, okay, go for that leadership position. Don't be afraid to take charge. Okay. 4 is the number of the day, the 13th. 1 plus 3 is 4. Yeah. Structure, foundation. So when 4 is showing up a lot, and especially if you're getting an angel number or a master number. So a master number is 44. Actually, anything where the digit is the same and you have just the same digit repeating in a number. So 44444 is also a master number. 444 is a master number. 44 is a master number. It has slightly different meanings depending on how you're seeing it. Typically, master numbers don't often show up at more than 3 repetitions, which is the what we call angel numbers.
Right.
And so normally what's going on there is, unlike other compound numbers in numerology, like 1, 2, 3, where you'd add it together, 1 + 2 is 3, 3 + 3 is 6. So the energy of 1, 2, 3 is 6. With master numbers, all you have to do is remember that when you've got 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 7, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, when you have master numbers, which is the repeating numbers, a number made up of the same number repeating, you don't add it and reduce it. The multiple repetition of the numbers is trying to get you to look at that number. So if you're seeing 444, it's wanting you to look at 4, which is structure. If it was 5, 5, or 5, 5, 5, or 5, 5, 5, 5, typically you're not going to see more than 5, 5, 5. But what that's talking about is change, and it's indicating change is going to come your way. It's also talking like sometimes it's warning you about potential chaos in a certain situation. But with 4, you said 1s and 4s. With 4s, we're talking about establishing foundations and structures. With 1, we're talking about, okay, assuming the leadership position, stepping into the spotlight, beginning something new, things like that. So Zach says it's 1s and 4s. They changed, but mainly 11 and 44 together. Okay, yeah. So those are the master numbers. That's the master number 11, which is the master illuminator number, and master number 44, the master manifester number. So see how I said it depends on what you're seeing. In general, 1, 1 or 1, 1, 1 and 4, 4 or 4, 4, 4 mean what we just said. But if you're seeing 11s and 44s, or 11, 11, 4, 4, in numbers or on license plates or addresses, telephone numbers, wherever you're seeing it, those are talking about those specific master numbers. So the master illuminator number, which fits in perfectly with today's cards of the day and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How can you mentor or help other people, teach other people? Sometimes it comes up also when you need to seek out that for yourself. I'm getting the feeling, though, it's because it's connected with the 44, that it's okay. How can you teach people to be more abundant? Because 44 is the master manifestor number. All right. So I think that's what's going on with that, Zach. And with the 111s and the 444s, he asks, yeah, that's angel numbers. Okay. And when those come through, I feel sometimes those are even more powerful than getting the standard 2-digit master numbers. It's really a message from the universe. Okay. And so with 111, it's wanting you to look at the 1 energy. It's actually 1 energy plus master number 11, if you think about it that way. And then, oh, wow, I just figured out how to get balloons somehow. And then 444, I've really got to go on and research how that system is even supposed to work. But my Mac decided to send up, thumbs and all kinds of weird stuff. 444, think about it. That's pay attention to 4 and then 44. So, most of the master, and by the way, angel numbers are master numbers, but they're compound master numbers. And so, all of the angel numbers are trying to get you to look at that number. So let's take 555 as an angel number. Okay, so it's trying to get you to look at 5 and master number 55. Very interesting. Yep. So if you're seeing 555, it's like, yep, the change is coming. Or it could be warning you about a chaotic situation. 111. Sometimes people see 11 as a beginning to a number. In other words, the universe is prepping you to send you information, and it sends you 111 to get your attention, and then it gives you a message. Okay. So if you're seeing 111 a lot and then suddenly see 444, 4 again is the structure and foundation. So the message coming through is, 1111, pay attention, and 4444, work on structure and foundation. And he said, for example, your subscriber number is 414. I don't know what you mean by that. My subscriber number?
Our subscriber, how many subscribers we have.
Oh, how many subscribers on the channel? Okay. Yeah, I had no idea what he's talking about. It's like, what do you mean subscriber number? It's like, I'm not subscribing to anything. What are you talking about? Yeah, I haven't checked our subscriber numbers in for forever. We're trying to hit that elusive 500, So I guess I should remind everybody right now, because I always forget on the shows, to subscribe, like and subscribe, folks. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So, I don't know. 414, I mean, if you're seeing 414 all the time, yeah, it's talking about, the 4s and the 1s. But if you're seeing different numbers like 414 here, and then you see 1111 over there, and 44 over there, and 444 over there, it's trying to get you to look at the 1s and the 4s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you beyond that, because it has to do with your specific situation. So that's when you go to a numerologist, and if they're a tarot reader too, they run those numbers, they run your numerology to see if there's connections, and then we pull cards as well, and you tell what's going on in your life, and then we can figure it out from that. But we need to do a much longer reading for that. So once again, pop over, chat with us in between shows. Subscribe. Yeah, the subscribe thing. Subscribe to Psychic Cafe. Yeah, it's just psychic.cafe. And when you're signed in, you'll be able to message us from our pages, psychic.cafe/Michelle. I'm psychic.cafe/Dax. And you can book a private session with us. Gonna go to the phone lines now. So yeah, Zach, if you notice something change, and that's the other thing, once you notice this stuff, then it will probably change. So come back and let us know what it changed to, and then we can pull some cards on it. Yeah, and then see, Britt came in, Miguel came in. Britt, if you have a question, just type it in there. Shannon Lay, hello, do my spirit guides have any message for me? Okay, so we're going to pull something for Shannon, but first we're going to go over here to 475. Caller, are you there? Hello, you there? 475. What's your name? Where are you calling from? 475.
Oh, Sean, Stanford, Connecticut.
Hi, Sean. What's your question
Stanford,
for
Connecticut.
us?
Oh, actually, I wanted to add to your psychic stint. You were talking about the series of like Amazon Prime and such, where the NFL is looking to move most of its games to streaming services, and the prediction is you're going to lose a lot of fans that way because no one wants to pay for the additional service
Mm.
and still have to see ads during the broadcast. And also to mention your thing about the game on Sunday is it was 1916 San Francisco when you turned off the game. And because the 49ers had missed the extra point, it only allowed KC to go for the field goal instead of going for a touchdown. So that's how KC only won the game during the overtime.
Oh, wow. That's so
Okay.
cool. That's so cool. You know, part of my prediction didn't come true because we were seeing a higher spread than actually happened. So that part didn't come through.
Yeah,
Kansas
the 49ers were a 2-point favorite.
But the winning happened, so
Mhm.
and by the way, in all these years, because I don't like using tarot that way. People go, well, if you're psychic, don't you have the lottery numbers? It doesn't work that way. And you definitely can't use tarot for lottery numbers. Now you can use tarot to predict the outcome of something, but I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think it's that accurate, to be honest with you, when we're talking about, games and things like that. So
Right. You mean the outcome, not the means to the outcome.
Right. And so I have never, ever pulled cards that I can recall. Now, someone's going to remind me that 30 years ago I did this, but I can't recall pulling cards on the Super Bowl before. And the first time I tried, maybe it's beginner's luck, I actually got the right prediction. I love it. I love it. What else is going on, Sean? Nice to talk with you.
Nice talking with you, too. I was wondering about a relationship question. There's a woman I've been interested in, get my tongue to work here, and I want to see what the cards say.
Go for it, Michelle. And by the way, in the interest of time, I am going to pull cards on Shannon's question because I just realized it's 1:15 and we got to get out of here. So much for our hour show. We went over already. Yeah.
We got the 3 of Wands. And so and this is the you card, and this shows that you are waiting for someone to come in. And then the second card that I got is the Lover's card. So there is someone out there for you. And the last card is the Knight of Pentacles. So what action are you taking to find or woo this in particular person? Are you taking... I'm sorry?
I'm telling you, I was I've been following up with her, but we've had issues with connecting on certain times. She been working later hours than she usually has been, but we've been trying to connect.
So maybe, send some more texts when you know that she's waking up and just, say hello or good morning. Just try to communicate a little bit during times when you guys have that ability, and just try to keep that communication building up.
It's exactly what I'm trying to do. I just need to get her contact information. We've been trying to do that, but it hasn't been working out as readily as we had hoped. But she's very, very special, and it's interesting because I met her. She works in a restaurant, and she's actually graduated nursing school. And her name is Angel.
Well, in the Lover's card, there is an angel above the two people. So this relationship could be very special. You just have to put the extra work and effort into it, which is the Knight of Pentacles.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Sean. We
She's
got to
very,
get
very
out of here.
special, and in many ways. And it's something you just know when you meet somebody. You go, oh yeah, that one is unique.
Right. That happens. So we'll talk to you again, Sean. And we're here every day of the week. And I'll be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? I don't think I haven't. I think I might be solo tomorrow. Ellie's coming on Thursday, and possibly Saturday. I don't know when you're coming back.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to tell everybody real quickly, besides, stopping by our tip jar at psychic.cafe/coffee, if you're getting anything out of this, or having fun hanging out with us every day, grab us a cup of coffee, and then shows every day. That's right. Except yesterday. Yeah, there's going to be those occasional ones we're going to have to miss, but we do have shows with other hosts that are on, regardless. So, there's always those days. Our Psychic Talk daily shows, though, things are going to come up. I might not be able to do it, but we're going to try to do as many, hopefully every day, as long as we can,
Yeah.
And then Friday. Yeah. And then Friday.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. You're trying to talk at the same time I'm trying to talk, and we're stopping
Go
and
ahead.
start. Let me get through the slides.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to do this real quick. We need to get out of here, so I need to get through these slides. So Catherine Hahn will be on Friday. I will be back on Saturday after that, and then I don't know. It might be Ellie. If you can come on, Michelle, or if everybody could come on. Imagine if we could get everybody. Well, that'd be cool. A whole bunch of us on here. But on Sunday the 18th, I think that's this coming Sunday, Maria will be back with the Angelic View. And then Michelle's Mystic Corner, her next episode of her show, Michelle's Mystic Corner, will be on the 24th. Yay. And then our New Year's sale is still going on. Go over to psychic.cafe, or you can also go to this URL here, psychic.cafe/New Year. That'll take you over to that blog post, tells you all about that sale. And it's going to be going on for a while here. We're trying to give everybody the opportunity to sign up for the lifetime membership, which is currently 75% off. $78. One payment, you get my course for free. That's a $297 savings. You get your certification for free. If you want to get certified, that's $124 savings. And all of the other benefits all year, every year, forever, because you're signed up for life. Yeah. And if you forget this URL, just go to psychic.cafe, go to the website. It's pinned to the top of the community feed there. Click on that banner. Click on this banner here. Yeah, New Year's sale. Also, my readings are on sale too. So, and there's a button. So you can go on there and scroll below the information about the lifetime membership, and you can book a reading with me right there for $49.99. That's a full reading, however long it takes, plus your numerology. It's normally $99.99. $50 off, 50% off. Okay. So we had that question from Shannon, and this is the last one that we can do. So, your angle seems to have changed, or I'm seeing more of your desk or something. That's weird. It looks great. I love your new setup.
Thank you. I do too.
What are you drinking back there in the cafe?
This is an Italian soda.
No, you're over here.
I'm over here. Yeah. It's an Italian soda. It's Red Bull and syrup and
yum
whipped cream. Oh, yeah.
See, coffee, tea, and Italian sodas, all kinds of great stuff we have here in the cafe, Yeah. One thing I want to do later this year is I want to get our own brand label of coffee. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I used to run coffee shops, and I can make us a blend and
I like it.
have our own coffee. So for her question, oh, by the way, let me go back to the chat real quick. Do my spirit guides or anybody or anything or the universe have messages for me? So the main thing, this is the heart of the matter card that came through. So the main thing is there's at least one opportunity, if not multiple new opportunities in 2024, if you go for it. And because it's wands, the emphasis here, and I have other cards that came up that are wands, the emphasis is on the fire energy. What are you passionate about? And then figure out how you can mentor other people. Look, Michelle, the card of the day came up, the Hierophant.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. How can you mentor other people and help them solve a problem, either by a service you do, a product you sell, a class you teach, a book you write and sell? And it doesn't have to be a big book. If you can solve it in 50 pages, pop it up on Amazon, self-publish it. And then you get all the royalties, by the way. Not just what the publisher gives you. But yeah, that's the trend nowadays. Make short books that solve a big problem. The bigger the problem you solve, the more value it has. So therefore, the more money you can make. Oh. And I don't know what that problem is for you. I don't know what your passion is that you got going on, Shannon. But there's something. And look, another 5 card. Okay. And there may be competition in this, but competition is good. That means that people want that product or service. Oh God, belching here. And how can you make yours different and just stand out? That's the only thing you have to worry about. Don't worry about in fact, if you find the thing you're passionate about, let's say golfing, then you find the big problem that you solve, which is chipping, putting. There's a billion problems in golf that people want to improve their golf game. Then all you have to do is figure out the how. And if you don't know yourself, you can learn it. Like for instance, golfing. Okay, so you could learn hypnotherapy and help people with their shots. It works. Yep. Lastly, the devil card shows up. Okay. And that's talking about your attachments. I feel like you're not moving forward with the new idea. You're attached to it, has to happen a certain way. And it has to be a certain thing in a certain box. You need to think outside the box. So that's the message coming through from the universe for Shannon. I hope that helps you out with something going on. Yay. And that's it. We got to get out of here. I think there was maybe one more question in the chat there, but we're not going to have time to get to your question. So call in tomorrow. I'm going to be here tomorrow, or jump in the chat and write down the phone number too, 714-816-4628, because it's good for all of our shows. Yes, that's right. So we are going to get out of here. Thanks for being my guest co-host. By the way, Michelle, besides your next episode of Michelle's Mystic Corner, when do you want to pop back on?
I can do, let's see, today is Tuesday. Who is going to be on Thursday?
That's Ellie.
Okay.
Ellie's going to be here. Yay.
Nice. Well, I think I can do Monday.
Yeah, Monday might be good. Yeah, we have Saturday. We have Saturday open too. So there's Saturday open. tomorrow and Monday. So, Saturday or Monday, just or
Okay.
both. Just
Yeah.
pick what you want, and we gotta see if we can get more people in there.
Yes.
Dan's
I will
popping
be on Saturday.
Dan's popping our URL, and that is so cool.
Nice. Thank you,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan. Thanks. Alrighty. Well, bye everybody, and thank you so much
Bye,
all for being
everybody.
here.